Are you familiar with the Hercules, the Greek? I think it was the Greek god. Maybe it wasn't Greek. I don't know. But Hercules, Tim.
Yeah, of course, man.
I mean, Hercules, Atlas, Hercules, all those
Herculean task. So it's a Herculean task to even, get to a baseball game these days.
Well, that's where I was going to go. I mean, you're inside my head, because yesterday you did the CNBC Fast Money at 5 o'clock, ends at 6 o'clock. At 6 o'clock, 6:01, you said to me, all right, I'm Audi 5000. I'm headed out to Shea. How should I get there?
Hold on. We don't say I'm Audi 5000. We say I'm 5000. Right,
okay, so you said I'm 5,000. I'm headed out to Shea. Should I take the car? Should I get a car, or should I take the subway? I'm like, absolutely take the subway. Then you said, when do you think I'll get there? I said, you probably get there in the bottom of the seventh, not realizing that double headers are now 9 inning games, so there wasn't. Anywho, I think you got there in like somewhere in the fifth, which is just a tremendous effort by you.
Bottom fifth. The 7 train for people that are not from New York is your missile launch out to, if you catch, don't make the mistake of taking the local. You have to get the express. It's the one with in the diamond, the 7 in the diamond, by the way. And I was heading out to the diamond. I was heading out to the ball field. And first of all, I got a seat. It was air conditioned. It was nice. Most people had already started, were already going to the game. So the subway crowd, when you're going to an event in New York, whether it's to the Garden or out to one of the stadiums, usually is full of fans going to that respective event. But in this case, I was an hour and a half late for the game. A game where Jake DeGrom, arguably the best pitcher of this generation. Yeah, I said that.
And
I know, and there's no pushback. Was back on the hill after yet another scare last time. So it was an exciting day, right? And last night was also the first night of full attendance at Citi Field. So there I was on the 7 train, looking at my MLB game day, watching the game as best I can. Signal not bad. There was a dude next to me who obviously had worked a long day. He was starting to nap jerk and kind of fall asleep on my shoulder on the subway, and I kind of wanted to snuggle him. I mean, I didn't know what to do. Like you're kind of annoyed. You're kind of like, dude, you're kind of like, but you don't want to do that. And anyway, so I had a nice ride out there with someone I didn't know snuggling me. And I got out there just in time to see Lindor, the guy we paid $340 million for the next 10 years, with a 3-0 pitch with the bases loaded. He's batting instead of taking the pitch. And this is a guy who doesn't have a lot of RBIs this year, and it doesn't really matter. Little League all the way through. At 3-0, the base is juiced. You're not swinging, dude, unless you're George Herman Ruth, also known as the Babe. And yet there's Lindor hitting a weak pop-up to short right field or something that doesn't advance any runners. And of course, lots of groans. And here we are in a 0-0 game. And then up steps Dom Smith. I'm just sitting down in my seat, meeting my crew, couple high fives, couple peanuts, this and that. Next thing you know, Dom Smith plates 3 by lining a bullet into the corner, the right field corner, clears the bases. And there it was, dude. It was the most exciting moment I'd spent in a sporting event in probably 2 years or close.
That's fantastic. So you would say Shea was, and I got a few things to talk about. Okay, you would say Shea was electric last night. Remember that Shea was electric last night, and it should be. I mean, and it's great. It's great that the National League has embraced the designated hitter, so Dominic Smith has a position he can play. Because if he were to play in the field, it's
yeah, and it's particularly useful for the Yanks that the American League is a DH, because they have about 4 guys in their lineup that are all DHs and only DHs, including one Giancarlo Stanton, who basically, what's the expression? He's throwing grenades out there.
He plays first base like he's picking up hand grenades. That would be the Walrus, your guy.
Yeah.
And look, okay, again, you get
a point. There's a point here. I know
there's a point here. The point is, there's been a lot of concern lately that the Bitcoin uses a lot of electricity, a lot of power. Yep. And I found it interesting today, first time since January, that Bitcoin dipped below that 30,000 level. And my question to you is this: are you surprised? I know I am. Are you surprised that the volatility and the move lower in Bitcoin hasn't sort of manifest itself in some volatility in the equity market.
Yes, I am. I am surprised at that. I'm also surprised, as I've mentioned, to see in some way, how Bitcoin has assumed some role of trading with the dollar and gold and interest rates around the Fed, which, yeah, I get it. It's what they said all along. It's digital gold. It's a store of value, but it really has done that in last week. Bitcoin didn't need a little bit more of a push to knock it down, but the Fed was also part of that. So look, at times we've seen Bitcoin be more representative of the froth that's in the markets. And so the question is really, look, most of the folks that are trading Bitcoin are not major participants in the market. Yeah, I said that. And I think that's probably right, outside of some of the folks that come on our show, Novogratz and co, who have very established hedge fund careers and are institutional players. But I mean, I think largely it's 3, 4, 5 years ago when I'm taking a ride home after being out on a Friday night, and my Uber driver is asking me about Litecoin, or my wife's yoga teacher is asking me what I think about Ether, or the guy that's fixing my toilet is fired up over his position. And I don't know, Guy, you tell me. But
Titan coin, which went from $60 to 0, and Mark Cuban's been talking about it. I like you got a nice chord coming. I got a lot of high tech stuff going on in that rig of yours, by the way. And before we get out of here, I was happy to see that the squirrel made it back onto the diamond after about an 8 or 9 month hiatus.
So look, what was your nickname growing up again? What'd they call you?
It's funny. Big was the one big. Just big. Just big. If I were to go to Croton now and some of the yeah.
Interesting. So and was it Mr. Big, like the guy?
No. It's this pre Sex and the City stuff. It was big guy. Then it just got dwarfed down to big. Big-age, that type of stuff. Yeah. Right, so it wasn't after a farm animal. No.
But here's the point. You were a popular guy. You're an endearing personality. You're somebody that people like to be around. People liked camaraderie. You give each other nicknames. The Mets have nicknames for each other. They're a team that enjoys playing together. How many nicknames on the Yankees? You guys got a squirrel? You got a polar bear? You got a prairie dog? I mean, no, you don't. And I think it's not bad time you guys enjoyed yourself in the Bronx a little bit more, because I'm having a good time. I had a good time last night, and I think people even trading Bitcoin are having a good time. I actually think that this is the pause that refreshes. I've not been a major institutional advocate of Bitcoin, but I do think that there is a major underpinning to the entire crypto space, and we're starting to see it. We've had folks on our show in the last few months that have been, whether it's NFTs or DAOs or other plays to be using the digital infrastructure and the blockchain, Guy. So
you're representing your squad with that T-shirt. I love what you're doing. You were out there last night. That's good.
This was a giveaway, by the way. This was a giveaway. Wow, how rare is it that you actually get something at the stadium that you like, that they're giving away for free? And I tell you what, I like this one so much. I stuffed it in my pants and circled back and got another one.
Yeah, you did. You did.
Yeah, I did that.
Yeah, you did. And you took it away from some, 11-year-old kid who went with the sole attention to seeing the walrus and the squirrel. By the way, sorry to hear about Gazelman, who's now been shelved. And apparently, Lucky Luciano won't be pitching again this year, which is unfortunate. So
yeah. Look, we had a couple more pitchers go down. It's Luke Casey. Who,
oh, that's right.
Speaking of Mr. Big, he's probably your godfather or something. But in the meantime, Matt, have some fun. Stay safe out there and watch that Bitcoin, Guy.